All right. All right. Hey, Shalom. 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 Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha HaKodash. Double honors to my elder apostles, to my elder bishops, and to my elder teachers of great millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today, and also peace, love, blessings, and salutations unto the elect. All right, shalom, shalom to the few sisters, the Akwab, that listen and follow this truth in sincerity. Shalom to you sisters, to you Akwab, and also shalom to the Israelite foreigners. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Ultimately, shalom to the elect. All right, shalom. And, in this lesson, I want to touch on ultimately, as the days continue to move forward, these prophecies that are spoken about via the prophets, right? The prophets that are on the highways and byways, week in, week out, constantly uploading videos, doing live shows. Y'all know the true prophets. The prophecies that are spoken of by those prophets that I just mentioned, those prophecies are going to ultimately become more and more evident. And these unbelievers, these scoffers, are ultimately going to be confounded, right? Beginning with these guys that know that they're Israelites, these leaders of these other camps, Israelite camps. Ultimately, these guys that are changing the doctrines that are clearly sold out, they're going to be confounded, right? Just like if you look at IUIC, their leader, Bishop Nathaniel, right? Years ago, he was scoffing at the RFID microchip being the MOTB, the mark of the beast. He made a joke talking about it's June. There ain't no microchip. But now, fast forward to the time, what is it, 3:55? I believe today is the the 15th or 16th? The 18th. Today is May the 18th, 2026 at 3:55. As of a couple of days ago, you had so-called King Charles ultimately talking about this digital ID, this digital system. When Nero 47 went over to China, he took a lot of tech billionaires with him. Okay. And remember Klaus Schwab, remember what he said when ultimately he was saying that every nation should pattern themselves after China, speaking about their heavy surveillance system, their advanced technology. And he said something to that effect. So these prophecies, as I said, are ultimately going to be what confounds these unbelievers, man, these scoffers, especially 2/3 of our people. Well, like I said, beginning with these false prophets of these other camps, right, and their congregation, the ones that are not of the elect, because we do believe that the elect are among some of those Israelite camps that are going off. We do believe that you have members of the elect that ultimately are going to come out of, those camps and come into the faith, come into the true faith. Okay. Ultimately, like I said, these prophecies are going to confound the wicked, going to confound, the 2/3, the scoffers, so on and so forth. But this is 2nd Esdras chapter 2, verse Salakia, 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 1. And it reads, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, and the Lord The Lord's people are the Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, you so-called Native Americans, you so-called Hispanics. We are the children of Israel, okay? And we are the Lord's people. And the Lord has his prophets out there giving you Israelites warning of what's about to take place. The Lord is about to bring heavy wrath and judgment upon this place, okay? So the Lord has his prophets out there giving warning before he comes, before he ultimately brings his wrath, okay? 2nd Esdras 15:1, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. Prophecy is very important. When you read Revelation 19:10, real quick, let's grab that. Revelation 19:10, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, so prophecy is very important, man. These prophecies are those signs. When you read about Acts, the 1st chapter, when you read Matthew, the 24th chapter, when the disciples were requiring of Yahweh Shai about the times and that they're in, what should be the signs of the end. Ultimately, we're in that time now. We're in the time to where those signs are revealing themselves in the end of Esau Edom's rulership. Those signs being, the certain blood moons, the signs of the heavens, like the blood moons, the solar eclipses that we've been seeing over the years. And also the main signs are the prophecies. Okay, these prophecies that are coming to pass, man. Okay. So these prophecies are letting us know that we're at the end of Esau's rulership. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, because the Lord speaks through his prophets, man, his servants. So everybody, making a mockery, out of us being out there on the highways and byways and laughing and scoffing, they don't realize that ultimately, that's the Lord speaking through us, man. And they're rejecting ultimately they're rejecting the help of the Lord, man. So how you think that's going to end for the ones that have rejected this knowledge? How do you think it's going to end for them? The Lord is ultimately going to destroy them. 2nd Esdras 15:2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. The Holy Scriptures, man, faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity, right, the unbelief of them, trouble thee that speak against thee. So we're not worried about the unbelievers, man. Okay, because verse 4 is going to tell you why we're not worried about them. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So ultimately they're going to die. They're going to be destroyed. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. Right, you got the hantavirus out. Right, that's a plague. Earlier today, I seen something about it's a Ebola outbreak, I believe, in Africa. Right. So this is a part of those plagues that the Lord is bringing. Right. The sword, famine, death and destruction. We understand that this devil, he's about to come with wrath, pursuant to Revelation 12:12, because he knows that his time is up. You had Nero bringing back, ultimately speaking about bringing back capital punishment, which they got all of that in place, man. With the guillotines and these torture camps. So the Lord has it all set up, man, for great and mass death, man. Okay. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Yeah, wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Right. You got, pretty much the rest of these nations. They're under the influence of America, Babylon the Great, man. Right. You can find a McDonald's all over the world. OK, so on and so forth. You see a lot of these countries now, they have these large, skyscrapers. A lot of their nightlife is kind of like after the nightlife that you see over here in the United States, where people are just belligerent and getting drunk and, going to bars, right? You can go to other parts of the country, Salakia, other parts of the world, and it'll remind you of America. So America has that influence, man. And, pretty much Esau has spread his wickedness across the four corners of the earth, man. Okay? Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them. So when we go out on the highways and byways, we're crying out unto the Lord, to end our captivity, to end the rulership of wickedness, and ultimately bring in righteousness, man. And that's what's about to take place. Like when you read in 2 Peter 6 and 9, right? For Esau is the end of the world. So this is the times that we're in right now. Esau being at the end of his rulership, the end of his period of ruling. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? So ultimately, Jacob, Israel, beginning with Yahushua, okay, ultimately we're the next ones to rule. We're going to rule forever, according to the scriptures, man. Okay, so we're right here, man. We're ultimately seeing how the Lord is getting ready to bring heavy judgment and ultimately bring in salvation. Right here, let's go to Ezekiel 12 and 20. Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? And that's the mindset of Jake. They don't believe in the message that the Lord is giving them via the prophets. They don't believe, right? You see how they're constantly scoffing and mocking the Hebrew Israelites, but that's all right, man, because we read in what was that, 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, how all the unfaithful are going to die in their unfaithfulness, man. So we understand the end was going, the end of the 2/3. We understand their end. They're going to taste of that second death, man, the lake of fire. A lot of them going to take the sea up. So hey, it's about to be brutal out here for the ones that are not covered and protected of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease. So the Lord is about to shut the mouths of these scoffers, man. Okay, when he brings these prophecies to pass. And they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. Okay, for there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. All right, so the Lord's going to bring them prophecies to pass, man. And he's doing it right now. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, the end of Esau's rulership, and the vision, the prophecies are speaking, and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So hey, call Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. The Lord is doing exactly as he said he was going to do. And the Lord is getting ready to deliver us up out of here, man. Lord willing, I be of the elect. And, all of you sincere followers and believers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying.